Council. Amac is the only national nonprofit trade association dedicated to advancing the full participation of minorities and women in employment and contracting opportunities throughout the aviation and aerospace industries. Amac concentrates on eliminating barriers to the participation of minorities and women in these industries and understands that diversity inclusion fuels innovation and is essential when developing airports of the future. Amac brings together a diverse, multi-dimensional group of airport operators, government officials, corporations, and entrepreneurs who share in the vision and mission of Amac. Why join Amac? An Amac membership opens the door to a wealth of knowledge, connections, and resources that will assist your company with successfully conducting business within the aviation industry. We are here for you. Membership levels. To access all of the many benefits Amac offers, consider joining Amac. Amac provides access to ACDBE, DBE, MBE, SBE, WBE certification assistance, professional development, educational resources, regional events, an online bid job board, association health plans, industry-focused committees, contractor referral, business matchmaking, legislative and regulatory advocacy, membership directories, collaborative alliances, partner discounts, business roundtables, and participation in USDOT and FAA rulemaking and development. In addition to the many benefits Amac provides, the organization also boasts a foundation and a political action committee. The Amac Foundation works alongside Amac and is dedicated to advancing minorities and women pursuing careers in the aviation industry by developing educational programs and providing scholarships to students who are emerging aviation professionals. Since its establishment in 1997, the Amac Foundation has awarded more than $350,000 in scholarships. The Amac Political Action Committee also Amac direct advocacy and educational initiatives with members of Congress in support of equity in airport contracting and employment. Collectively, Amac, the Amac Foundation, and PAC are creating economic equity, access, and wealth for minorities and women in the aviation and aerospace industries. One of the most important investments an airport and a business can make is to join AMAC. A strong, unified voice through AMAC is the best opportunity the airport industry has in making a difference. Prepare, promote, advocate, engage.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us for our Third Fridays, AMAC Third Fridays. I'm Anthony Barnes, AMAC's Chief Operating Officer, and we're glad that you joined us. This is our first time that we have been together since the new year. We have a lot going on here at AMAC. We've actually started with our committees, so they're just very active right now, as well as other activity that's happening around the organization. On today's call, we have a special speaker that we've invited to join us to provide some information about what's going on at the Rsdbu office, and we'll bring him on in just a few minutes. But we also wanted to talk about just a couple of announcements before we bring on our speaker. After that, we'll go into our committee reports. So if there are any committee chairs that are on this call, please, we're going to ask that you provide your reports when the time comes after our speaker. We have a few new members that we want to recognize during this meeting. Since joining us since December and the month of January, we have Javier's DBA doing business as Javier's Authentic Mexican Food. Welcome to AMAC. We also have Charlie Joel Pickens, who's joined us, as well as Nuts on Clark Popcorn, RM Chin and Associates, Protein Bar and Kitchen, and Sheared LLC. Do we have any of our new members on the call right now? If you're on the call, feel free to unmute yourself and say a few words. If not, we'd love to hear from you. If not, we'll hear from you later. But if you're any of our new members on the call, please feel free to unmute yourself and say a few words. All right, none of our new members are on the call. That's fine. We will just continue along. We have a few upcoming events that we want to tell you about. At the end of our month, at the end of this month, we have our Legends and Leapers program on Wednesday, January 26th from 2 to 3. On this program, we have Steve Johnson, who is a president and CEO of HMS Host, as our legend, as well as our leaper, Shanta Young, who is our commercial operations manager at Midway Partnership, Chicago Midway International Airport. This program will be moderated by our board chair, Ricky Smith, and also our Southeast Region Director and Emerging Leaders Vice Chair, Ms. Maury Russell from Concessions International. So we're looking forward to this program on Wednesday, January 26th. We also have in March coming up our AMAC Economic Opportunity and Policy Forum being held on March 21st and 22nd in Washington, D.C. We'd love to see you there. We're actually planning for a great event to talk about the economic opportunities here in this area, as well as beyond and nationally. We've invited several airports to participate in this program. And then we also have a part of this program where we're going to go and speak to our lawmakers and regulatory bodies about the issues that are important to our membership. And planning this event, we understand that we are still in the pandemic, so we are taking all of the necessary precautions to plan a safe event, COVID-safe event, so that we can welcome all of our members safely to Washington, D.C. Again, March 21st and 22nd, please look at the website there to register for this event here in DC. We also have, you'll see on the screen, our annual conference, which is scheduled for June 20th through the 23rd in Chicago, Illinois. We're very grateful for the Chicago Department of Aviation, who is sponsoring this year's conference. We've been planning for some time now, and everything is coming along. We're planning for all of our membership to join us from across the country. Again, we're planning a safe, COVID-safe event for this in June, so that we can welcome everyone safely. Right now, I would like to welcome our speaker who for today. His name is Leonardo San Roman, who is the manager for the U.S. Department of Transportation Office of Small and Disadvantaged Business Utilization's Procurement Assistance Division, and or better known as OSDBU. So you'll hear a little bit more about what Leo does there. But in his capacity, we know that he ensures that DOT's compliance with federal statutes and initiatives related to small business development and other disadvantaged groups. So we'd like to hear a little bit more about what Leo is doing over there at OSDBU and how our membership can take advantage of what's available at OSDBU. So at this time, I'd like to turn it over to Leonardo.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
Oh, perfect. Sorry, I'm not very familiar with Zoom. We always use Teams in our office, so my apologies for that. So Good afternoon, everybody. And Anthony, thank you so much for the invitation, being this session today. I appreciate their collaboration that we always have with AMAC. As Anthony mentioned, my name is Leonardo San Roman. It's easier, Leo is easier, I go by Leo. So I've been with I'm the manager of the Procurement Assistance Division in the Office of Small and Disadvantaged Business Utilization. I work very closely with our OSDBU director, Shelby Scales, that most of you probably know her. She's been with us since August last year. We've been working a lot of new initiatives here in the department to ensure small businesses have an opportunity to compete for contracts. So I want to get started. I have a few slides that I want to go over. At the end, if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to entertain those. So essentially, for those who never heard of our office before, the Rsdbu mission is just, in the nutshell, is to ensure small businesses have an opportunity to compete and perform in DOT procurement opportunities. The Department of Transportation is a huge federal agency. We have more than 55,000 employees, and we have 10 operating administrations. We procure every year over $7.4 billion, and for FY 2022, we estimate it's going to be over $8 billion this year. So I know most of you probably are in the aviation industry, but if you provide services beyond aviation, you should probably look into any of these other 9 operating administrations that I have on my screen to serve your services. If you do IT services, accounting, legal services, any other services that you think can go beyond aviation industry, by all means, please look at all these operating administrations. We are always looking for small businesses, including all socioeconomic groups, Upzone, women-owned small business, SDBU, Services Civil Veteran-owned small businesses, and women-owned small business. So we are the small business advocate before the department. So we are here at your disposal to help you compete and perform, help you to get to understand the department. We know the federal acquisition process is very complex, and we're here to help you in that endeavor. So some of the technical assistance that we have is through the Small Business Transportation Resource Centers program. So we have 11 centers across the country that we cover all 50 states and the territories. These are cooperative agreements with trade associations, chambers of commerce, and they provide technical assistance to small businesses, including DBEs and ACDBEs, on getting certified, business development, proposal writing. We also provide trainings and workshops on access to capital and how to increase bonding capacity. These SBTRCs are our eyes and ears on the ground. They have all that contact with state DOTs and other local entities, and they're here to help you to navigate this process. Some of the programs that we have in the SBTRCs is the Bonding Education Program, Capital Access Program, and WIDI program. The Bonding Education Program is a comprehensive 8-week program that we help small businesses that need bonding from A to Z. What do they need to get bonded? Or if they have bonds already, they've been bonded already, how to increase that bonding capacity. We know from the federal government that getting bonded is a barrier that prevents some of the small businesses to get into federal contracting, the state level as well. So we want to make sure that small businesses are ready to compete for these projects when they're coming out. So, and last year, we hosted 11 sessions on bonding education and some of the programs that we have with the federal government in coordination with the Small Business Administration. That includes a bond guarantee program that helps small businesses increase the bonding capacity when they're trying to get bonded. The capital access program, we know that small businesses are always struggling to have the right financial needs when they're trying to compete. So we've been working with community development financial institutions across the country and the Small Business Administration and the Capital Access Program to help them not only get the financial assistance they need, but given the tools and the tips that they need to ensure they are ready to get a loan application package submitted. Also, another initiative that we have is a Women and Girls in Transportation initiative. So we work with state DOTs and other prime contractors to ensure women and girls have internship opportunities to participate in transportation related jobs. So we've been very successful for the last 10 years. We're trying to shift our focus to help HBCUs and MSIs across the country to increase the number of participants from those schools. How to find DOT procurement opportunities. Before I tell you where to go, I want to make sure that you guys understand how the money flows, but that's very important for you when you're trying to understand when you're trying to go after a contract. So the Department of Transportation has probably like an annual $80 billion appropriated budget. But some of those funds that we use for our goods and services to run our operations. So on the left-hand side is where you see the direct contract side. Okay, that's a number that I gave you, 7.6 billion that we award every year. So these contracts are awarded by the DOT operating administrations that I mentioned before, FAA, Federal Highway Administration, Federal Motor Carrier, all of those. So the type of acquisition regulations that apply at the FAR, and specifically for FAA's acquisition management system. So you need to be familiarized with all these regulations when you're trying to do business with the federal government on the direct contract side. And then we have small business goals. So there is a government-wide goal of 23% that the government has to meet. And then we negotiate with the SBA on the DOT specific goals. These goals go up and down every year. For FY 2022, our small business goal is 34%. It went up to 34 from 30% in FY 2021. And then we have all the other socioeconomic groups, which is SDB goal, SDB OSB, women-owned, and hubs on goals as well. You probably heard that the administration has put a lot of emphasis to increase small disadvantaged business participation in federal acquisition, in federal contracts. So the administration issued a memo to OMB to establish an 11% SDB goal and government-wide. So it went from 5% in FY 2021 to 11%. For DOT, our small business goal, our small disadvantage goal went from 5% to 20%. So what does it mean? That provides a lot of opportunities for SDBs to compete in our country, because we're gonna be looking for a lot of SDBs to compete in contract opportunities. So on the other hand, when you see the grant side, and you can see, so these are the funds that the department provides to state DOTs, transit authorities, and airport authorities to do projects at the state level. So these contracts are awarded directly by the state DOTs and transit authorities and the airport. So you need to, if the funds are coming, are going to the state DOTs, you need to focus your efforts on trying to reach out to state DOTs, contracting officers. You can reach out to the SPTRCs. They have a list of projects that are coming up in their regions as well. And then from a federal acquisition regulation standpoint, from an acquisition regulation standpoint, all state and local acquisition regulations are applicable to those contracts, not the federal. And then this is where we have the disadvantaged business enterprise goal, that we have a DOT-wide aspirational goal of 10%. However, recipients negotiate with the operating administration on the specific goals, depending on the marketplace at the state level. So if you want to find about opportunities on the direct procurement side with DOT, so we keep a procurement forecast for DOT procurement opportunities. We have, I think we are the only federal agency that we keep our 2 years out on the procurement forecast, because we know that sometimes there are long-term opportunities that are coming up in the next fiscal year, and we want to make sure that small businesses are aware of those opportunities, so they can start establishing teaming arrangements, look for partners to compete on these opportunities, or get ready for those opportunities. And also, the FAA has a separate procurement forecast that you can find FAA-specific procurement opportunities. We are working internally with the FAA right now to make sure that we have all DOT procurement opportunities, including FAAs, in only one procurement forecast, just to ensure that instead of you going to more than one place to look for procurement opportunity within the department, you just go to one location. And then the procurement forecast is a snapshot of what we plan to buy throughout the year. So once we make a decision to move forward with a procurement opportunity, all of those are posted in sam.gov, and that's how you submit your proposals. In sam.gov, we also post our sources sought, which is part of the market research that contracting officers use to find small businesses that can perform the services that we're looking for. And how we're collaborating with the FAA, we've been working closely to ensure that increase small business participation in FAA opportunities. As I mentioned, we have DOT goals, and FAA since 2018 is part of the small business methodology. So they help us to meet our small business goals. Accordingly, we've been working with the FAA Acquisition Policy shop. They were able to make some changes to their acquisition management system to include women-owned small business, SDBs, and Hobson firm set-asides to the FAA acquisition. So this is new to the FAA, and the goal behind this is just to help small business increase the number of small businesses and these socioeconomic groups that participate in FAA direct contract opportunities. Also, we want to, I think I mentioned to you this already, that we want to add the FAA opportunity to the DOT procurement forecast. And we are putting a lot of emphasis to increase the small disadvantaged business utilization. As I mentioned earlier, our SDB goal went from 5% to 20% overnight. So we're very confident we can meet it. However, we continue to look for SDBs to help us meet that goal. From an outreach standpoint, this is a series of outreach activities that we'll be working in the next year. We have the massive capacity building series. So we found out that some of the small businesses have specific needs to trying to get into to compete for federal contract opportunities. So we put a list of capacity building series that are going to help them to get the tools they need to compete for DOT procurement opportunities. We have also the Connections Marketplace, which is a new program that we have, and we're going to have procurement officers, program officers from DOT operating administrations to have a fireside chat about upcoming procurement opportunities. How do you market your services directly to these operating administrations, etc. During this Connection Marketplace, we'll have FAA, hopefully during the month of April or May. So we are also working with shovel-ready portfolio management internally. So we want to have a list of small businesses that are ready to perform in the DOT contract. So we are trying to collect that information internally from associations like Amac. So we're gonna be working on that in the next couple of months. We're gonna be hosting the small business transportation summit. We are going to do that starting in April. We're gonna have a 1 or 2 day session, 1 or 2 day events, which we will include technical assistance, how to get bonded, access to capital. And for the first time, we're trying to host a business matchmaking session between state DOTs and DBEs and DBEs, so they can know about upcoming projects and opportunities at the state level. We've never done this before. We're very excited about this. We are collaborating with the state DOT program officers and the SBTRCs on this. So as I said, to that, our next outreach event is going to be next week on Wednesday. I know we are going to share. I know Anthony is going to share this slide deck with everybody. If you see on the first link here, this is a hot link. You can click there and we'll go directly to the registration for this session. So the next one is going to be on January 31st, and this is going to be a crosswalk of what FAA is looking for in the next 5 years from a contract standpoint. So in the bipartisan infrastructure law, the FAA is going to get $5 billion in the next 5 years, $1 billion per year, to do air traffic facility restoration. So they're gonna start working right now to make sure that small businesses are aware of those opportunities, so that they get ready to compete for those opportunities. And then we're gonna have proposal writing 101 on February 23rd. Next steps after securing a contract in March 2022. That's all I have, Anthony. This is a list of point of contact for the OSDBU. At any time, feel free to reach out to me or any of these individuals here listed in this slide. So we're here to help you navigate the procurement process, and anything we can do from our end to assist you, we're here to help you. Anthony, I'm turning back to you for Don, if you're gonna do a Q&A session.
Yes, thank you, Leo, for this very informative information. And I would like to open it up. If we do have any questions for Leo, please feel free to unmute yourself or drop it in the chat, but feel free to unmute yourself and ask your question. And if we don't have any questions, we will also have this presentation sent out to our registrants who attended today's meeting. So if we don't have any questions when we send this out, please feel free to follow up with those, and we can connect you with Leo and the OSDBU team. Thank you again, Leo, for joining.
Hey, Anthony, I'll ask a question. Leo, this is Gonzalo de la Melena. I'm a ACDB operator out of Phoenix, Arizona, and a member of the Amac board. Thanks for your leadership, and thank you for sharing this incredible information. What can Amac do, Leo, to be a better partner in the small business ecosystem, in particular as it relates to transportation and aviation? What can we do to be an extension of you, and how can we evolve our partnership to be more high performing?
Thank you, Gonzalo, for your comment. And you know what you guys need to do? What we're doing right now. We need to continue the communication with the small business community, DBE and ACDB community. Since Shelby Scales came on board back in August, I think we have several meetings with Anthony and his team, and we are putting together a strong strategy to work with AMAC moving forward. I hope we can make it in person to the session this summer. But most importantly, what we need from you is just, we need to communicate with the small business community. So they need to be aware of all these opportunities that we're talking about here so they can compete for them. Also, you know, there's an NPRM that is going to be coming out at some point this year. It is extremely important that we hear from you, because the department is going to review all the comments and questions that you may have. So we have to address those questions. So if we don't hear from you, we don't know what the situation is at the state level on the other side. So it is very important that that happens. So we expect to release the NPRM at some point this summer at the latest. So we will share that information with Anthony and the AMAC leadership to make sure that everybody has access to it, takes a look at it, makes comments. Because this is one of the largest changes to the DBE program and ACDB program that we've done in the last 15, 20 years. So we want to hear from you. We need to continue the communication, the collaboration with you. So I think what we're doing right now is great. So, but I'm looking forward to continue working with you.
Thank you.
Any other questions for me, Anthony, that you know?
Well, you know, one of our goals here at AMAC, or taglines, I should say, is that we prepare, promote, advocate, and engage. And so one of our goals is helping our members be successful and build capacity, and you know, not just in the airport industry, even though that's our focus, but building capacity even beyond. So thank you, Leo. If we don't have any other questions, we'll leave it open. Go ahead, Leo.
Yeah, something that I wanted to add. So I think I mentioned about the bill, the bipartisan infrastructure law. We're gonna be working very closely with the FAA Small Business Office to collaborate on capacity building session. So most of these projects probably will come out at some point in FY 2023 next year. So, but we don't want small businesses to wait until FY 2023 to get ready. If they need more bonding, they need to work on that now, because you know, if small businesses need to work on accounting systems or anything else that they need to work on, they need to start working on that right now. They need to be ready now to perform on those contracts. So more is coming up on that in the next months.
Hey, Anthony, I have a question.
Hey, everybody, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. So my name is Mariko Edwards. I'm general counsel to AMAC. And one of the questions I have is, oftentimes when our members or other ACDBEs, let's say, are decertified, it takes, and it's appealed to the department, it takes an awful long time for the department to respond. And so because of the length of time it takes, many of our members are often are left out of opportunities because the ACDB certification is in limbo. What can we do in order to speed up the department's decision-making process with respect to any appeals that may reach the department?
That's a great question. Thank you so much. Yeah, we know that we've been trying to work to speed up the appeal process within the department. I'm gonna talk to the DBE and ACDBE directors after this. I'm gonna make sure that they are aware of your concerns. Or something that I've heard in the past is just the clock starts ticking when they get the complete appeal package. Oftentimes they don't, packages come incomplete, and then for some reason get lost in communication. After 3 or 4 weeks, nothing happens. And then from the small business standpoint, they sent it on February 1st. However, from the department standpoint, the clock starts ticking on March 1st when the entire package came in. That's very important to help the department process these appeals in a faster manner. But again, I'm gonna bring this up to the ACDBE and DBE program directors, so they are aware of those concerns. And you're muted, sir.
Oh, I said, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Anything else, Anthony?
I think we don't have any other questions. So thank you again, Leo, for
So Anthony,
sorry.
excuse me for 1 second. So Leo, this is Ebony Wimbush. My name actually appears on a couple folks because I think we're using the same link. But
Okay.
I am the new president of I'm the new president of Amac as of a month or 2 months ago, I should say. And
Congratulations.
I'm in transit, but I wanted to come on at least and say again, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for working with our team to bring forward this important information. And we look forward to continuing the collaboration so that our members benefit. So again, thank you and have a great weekend.
Thank you so much. You too. And drive safe. Anthony, it's been a pleasure to be with you again. Looking forward to talk to you in the upcoming weeks. And I will forward the slide deck right after I finish the hearing. Okay?
Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Before we close, we do have, we may have a couple of committee announcements. So I wanted to just open the floor up. If we do have any committee announcements to please go ahead and unmute yourself and provide any announcements that you have, announce your committee and provide any updates that you may have for the membership.
Anthony, I'll start. This is Karen. Hello, everyone. This is Karen Ellis. I am the National Conference Planning Chair, and thank you so much for joining the call today. I am super excited about 2 upcoming events that we will have, one in March, which is the Economic Opportunity and Policy Forum in Washington, D.C., March 21st and 22nd. You should have already received information about it, save the date on it. We are working feverishly to finalize the agenda for the event. It's an exciting opportunity to have small businesses come in and learn from some subject matter experts. And then the second event, obviously, is our annual conference, which will be in Chicago. June, I always lose those dates. Looking at the calendar. 20th through 24th. I'm sorry, I got 17 things going on right now, but thank you, Anthony, for that. And that is quote unquote, and I'm using air quotes because you can't see me, but I guess I should go on camera while I'm talking. So hold on 1 second. Supposed to be the greatest conference ever. It will be our first in-person conference since the pandemic started. So we're really excited. We have an amazing lineup that we're working on putting together for this particular conference. So we hope to see you there. A save the date should have gone out as well, and the information is on the AMAC website. So some good things are coming down the pike from our committee, and we hope to have you participate. So any questions, just let us know. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen.
Hey, this is Farad. I want to say thank you to Karen Ellis for the leadership in that. We're excited to be a part of this with the government affairs. We're also working hard to do a reset and ensuring how we're going to go forward and set out an agenda. So at this conference, we'll be able to lay out exactly what our plans are. I will give you a hint. A lot of it's going to be around our JV language and looking at how we're going to focus on that in the future, as well as increasing our partnerships with government agencies and relationships, because we recognize that now is a prime time to engage with all of the federal things that we learned from our guest speaker today. And so we're going to try to strengthen our external relationships so that we can make sure we can provide information to our partners and our constituents and our members on how to engage them. So thank you, Anthony, for this presentation. I think there'll be more to come just like this with our other Rsdbus.
Thank you, Farad. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
One more, Anthony, just a quick, on behalf of the Aviation Professional Development Committee, just wanted to let everyone know that we have extended the deadline for the AMAC internship program, part of our AMAC Builds Careers. That deadline is now January 31st. So please share the information if you would like to have an intern, take an intern, or if you know of individuals who should apply for the program, please share that information with them. And also just a quick reminder that anyone looking at applying for the AMAC Builds Careers Fellowship Program, that deadline is quickly approaching. It will be February the 1st, 2022.
Thank you, Shemina. And just a quick note, I don't see any emerging leaders, our chairs for emerging leaders, but one initiative that we had and something that we had been talking about both in the membership committee and emerging leaders, but was how do we identify our emerging leaders within our membership? We have a very good pool of emerging leaders who are rising through the ranks, and we want to connect all of our emerging leaders together. So if you are an emerging leader, or if you know of someone within your organization that you would like to, that should be emerging leader and a part of this group, please reach out to us, let us know, and we'd love to welcome them to that group. And you can email us at our email info@amac-org.com. If you are interested in joining any of these committees, well, all of our committees are very active, and they have been very busy with all the activities and their initiatives to move the organization along. If you are interested in joining any of these committees, please reach out to us. We have a full description of the committees on our website. It's a very small commitment, but it makes a huge impact when we have our membership a part of our committees. Also, wanted to just remind everyone of your regional director. Please reach out to your regional director to connect with them and if you are not sure of your regional director, you can refer to our regional membership map that we have on our website. Again, your regional directors are an extension and a resource for you, as well as the AMAC National Office. Also want to remind everyone to please stay connected with us on our website, our social media platforms. We're on all of our social media platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. So please connect with us, share a post to help spread the word about the important work that we're doing. Of course, our national office is here to support you in any way that we can. So please reach out to us, including our new president and CEO, Ebony Wimbush. We thank her for her leadership. And then also I wanted to note or recognize our board chair who's on the call, who may not, I believe he's in transit, Ricky Smith, who may not be able to talk right now, but I did want to at least recognize that he is on the call. If we have no other announcements or comments from our membership or any of our chairs, I just want to close out the meeting and say thank you for joining us for this January 3rd Fridays. And we look forward to you joining us first at the Legends and Leapers next week, and then at our next third Fridays with AMAC. Ebony, I see you came off camera.
Just thank you, everyone. Thank you, Anthony and Charmaine. Have a great weekend. Be safe.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.